design that I'm wearing currently that's just very springy and tropical, and we're enjoying some really nice days recently, and so I just wanted to do something bright and cheery to kind of go with that because we've been spending a lot of time outside because somebody is addicted to going to the park. So I hope you guys love this design. It's all done with Madam Glam's Chapter 2 collection, and the side of the collection that's kind of a anti-Valentine's Day sort of a theme because this is from their February collection, and then the other half was all like pink hues. But this one is the really bright colors. There's a lovely orange in it that's one of my absolute favorite colors. It's just beautiful, like a tangerine shade. So if nothing else, check that one out. You'll hear me talk more about that one later on, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
So here are the colors I'm going to be using from Madam Glam as part of that Chapter 2 collection. The darker blue and the green are sheer colors, or at least semi-sheer colors, so just kind of keep that in mind that those ones aren't as pigmented, just for knowledge throughout the video. So the first color I'm actually going to be showing you is Grassy Sassy from Madam Glam, and that one is not part of that Chapter 2 collection, just one that I've had on hand, and it's a lovely bright springy green, and I'm going to be painting my frond across one section of my thumbnail, and all of my nails have an overlay of cover pink in the background, so everything else is done with the gel polish, but that background color is acrylic. So I'm going to be painting that little frond, and on each nail I tried to paint the frond in a different area of the nail, or at least starting it in a different area, or kind of turning the curve a slightly different direction so that each one was a little bit unique. And so when you're painting this frond, I like to start with that center line and just very slowly taper it towards the tip, and then add leaves, one on the point and then a line of them on each side. And now using the color Boy Bye, which is that semi-sheer green, I'm going to be using that to add some shading on my leaves and on the stem. And that color, since it isn't fully pigmented and it isn't a opaque cream color, it actually creates shading on something like this so beautifully and so effortlessly that it is the perfect type of color for doing little shading like this, or even you can kind of blend it up for different ombre effects or some layered effects. It's just a really nice option to have on hand. And then I'm going to be adding the shading on the bottom of the stem too. And then after that, I'm just going to take and flash cure this. It's a pretty thin layer that I used, and I'm not going to be overlapping it too much for these next couple steps, so it doesn't need to do a full cure quite yet. So now with the color You Wish, which is a really nice berry type of pink, like a raspberry color, I'm going to be using that one to add my first type of flower. So I did two kinds of flowers, one of them that is has the classic petal shaped petals coming out. And none of these are necessarily specific flowers. They're just kind of what I created and what came to mind when I was just painting, and I just kind of let things sort of flow where they wanted to. So I've got my petals that I'm going to start out with that color, and then using the one that's actually my favorite from the selection, which is called Single and Fabulous, and it's just a really gorgeous orange. And I'm usually not an orange person, but for some reason this particular shade I just absolutely adore. And so this one is a little bit pinker than just a regular orange. I'd say it's kind of like a tangerine type color. And I'm going to start out just like with a rounded off blob for that one. And then with the color Fries Before Guys, I'm going to be adding the petals on that one. So that one's more like a rose. And so for that rose, the color Fries Before Guys is a kind of a mustardy yellow. And so I'm going to just do my little petal highlights for that. And since I don't have the full rose, I would typically, if it was a completely circular rose that I was doing in this style, I would start in the middle with two interlocking C shapes. But because I don't have the middle to start with, I'm going to go from the outside and then work in instead of from the inside and work out. So once I get towards the center, I'm going to try to make my lines a little bit smaller and just sort of taper them in and get them closer and closer towards the proximal skin. And then I'm going to wipe the inhibition layer after all that's been cured. I'm going to wipe the inhibition layer off of my pink flower. And as you can see, it kind of took away the shine, and it took away a little bit of pigment, but not anything significant. And then I'm going to use Madam Glam's white ink to add the center of my flower. And as you can see, as that white ink dries, it leaves kind of an uneven, sort of milky fog across the center of the flower, which I absolutely love. And then I'm going to use a series of dots in the color Heartbreaker, which is that dark blue from the Chapter 2 collection. And I'm going to be adding some dots over the white area and kind of tapering those out so they do go a little further than just the foggy white area in the middle. And when I was doing this, the whole design, I just wanted it to be kind of freestyle and just fun and not too serious. So I love that just the way that the white ink dries is almost beyond my control, because I'm somebody that really tries to control everything. And so having it not be controllable actually played into the kind of design choice that I was going for. And then after I have those little polka dots done, I'm going to use that same color Heartbreaker, and I'm going to be adding just one outline on the side of one of each petal. So instead of completely outlining the petals, I'm just going to do one side of each one. And this little pink flower, the color scheme and the white in the middle reminds me of a passion fruit. And I absolutely love it. I think it's just so tropical and pretty looking. And so after I've got those blue outlines done on the one side of each one, then you're going to want to cure this design again, or at a minimum do a flash cure. And then after you have all of those done and you're doing your flash cure, or after it's cured, then I'm going to take some of Madam Glam's Perfect White and just add a couple little dots to fill in any areas if there are any gaps that are in need of a little bit more. And then I'm going to finish off every other nail with the top coat Velvet, which is their No Wipe Matte top coat, and then the ones that are left with their glossy top coat, their No Wipe top coat. And so it's got half glossy, half matte nails. And I love the combination of glossy and matte together, especially for this design, because I like that you can see the detail better with the nails that have the matte top coat, but the colors just look so vibrant and rich with the glossy top coat. So this way you kind of have the best of both worlds. I will put links to all of these colors in the description box below, especially that orange. If you don't have a color like that, that one is just so pretty. And I can't even explain why, but I am very in love with it. So definitely check that one out. And don't forget to click subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!